All right, for some reason, the last video was tripping. It got stuck, it got frozen. And so I want to show you guys an altar before I start adding like personal items on here that, you know, I don't really want people to know how I set up my personal altar. But I will show you guys this one because this is something that everybody can do. And continuing from my last video, this was the altar that I had purchased, and this is really not that expensive. This was only maybe $5, $6, $7, and it comes with a lot of stuff. And it looks like this in action. Now, granted, I added some herbs. I've consecrated this with oils. I've, you know, this was supposed to be like 3 candles. I put water in 2 and a candle in 1. I have crystals on here. I have money in here. This is specifically for me, for something that I'm working with my ancestors for. I also have tarot cards down here to enhance my altar. I have all of my tarot decks. I have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I have my spirit board, and I have the rest of this here. So I charge my tarot decks. My spell for the people who have the honey jar is sitting right here, and it's still sitting near my altar. I have some spells that I'm about to be working on tonight, starting tonight. And I have a spell that I'm going to be using for a client tomorrow sitting up here. So I'm charging that with the energy of the rain, the thunder, the moon, and my ancestors. And so basically what you're going to be doing when you're working with your ancestors, more than anything, you want to give them thanks. You want to give them reverence. You want to speak to them. You know, this is a place where I do all of my readings at. I sit in front of my altar and I do my readings. This is a space that I share with my spirits here. To the left of me, which you can't see, is where I keep all of my herbs, all of my spices, all of my oils that I use to create things. I have flowers that I'm keeping out of the way right now because of the open flames. And, you know, my honey and all the stuff that, like my magnet powder, all kind of beautiful stuff. I'm having all that separate here because that's, you know, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the altar. And I feel like, you know, people who practice magic, the first thing you want to do is start working with your ancestors, because you want them to help guide you. You want them to help give you insight. You want them to give you clarity. You want to feel like their messages are a lot more clear. I will tell you that working with your ancestors will require you to become a person that prays. It will require you to be a person that meditates. It will require you to really become in tune with the world around you and to listen to nature, to listen to the things that are passing you by, and to see the synchronicity in the things that you're thinking about, praying, and seeing it become reflected back to you, because your ancestors are pushing the things of the universe to come into your forefront. So you can see that things have already taken place in the spiritual world. So I encourage everybody who is interested in magic to start with their ancestors. You know, I do work with other spirits, other deities, and that is not this particular altar, which is one of the reasons why, you know, I'm not showing you everything that I have, but I am showing you this one right here for my ancestors, because I am working with them. So that way there's certain things that I'm asking of them to bring into my life, and as well as some other person that I'm going to be doing a spell for tonight. So I really want to show you guys this. Another thing that I will be adding tonight is fresh fruit and things that my ancestors can use to sweeten things up. So I will be giving them oranges. I will be giving them, I think I have fresh mango. I'll be adding cinnamon and honey and all kind of like great things that my ancestors can use on the other side for making deals on my behalf. No, no, Gerard. No. All clients that get spells from me, they go to my website and they book a reading for a magic consultation, or they pay me directly for the magic consultation. Regardless, it's not something that I'm just giving people for free. But regardless, you really want to make sure that, and ancestor work it's a little bit of a trial and error. When things are not working out and you feel like it's not working right, if you have an ancestor on your altar, like maybe if you have pictures of your ancestors on there, that ancestor may not fuck with you like that. You could take them off of your altar. You might have, some, you might have some, and also one more thing before I get off of this thing. There's some people who be having dreams about spirits and they do come to them in their dreams, and that might be true. I'm not saying that they're not, but there are a lot of spirits that roam, like a lot, and some of these spirits are not who they say they are. They're just telling you that they are who they say they are, so that way you can venerate them. And I've seen a lot of people on YouTube claim that some African spirit came to them in their dreams and this and that, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, you're white, they didn't come to you. And a lot, like most of these spirits, especially when you're getting into religions and things, there's a protocol before you get to that specific spirit that you're asking about or that you say came to you. So there's a lot of people who are misled, and I don't like that. So there's a lot of people on YouTube that be lying to y'all, and I want y'all to understand that your ancestor work is going to be your truest work until you get initiated. Working with other spirits is a very strong chance that you may be misled, okay? And I'm not telling you this just to discourage you, but I'm telling you this just so you have your own protection and your own good, and you're not inviting spirits into your house or into your energy field and you don't know who or what you're working with. That's the truth. Hey, Drew. I mean, I go live pretty, not frequently. I went live the other day, showed y'all how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. And then before then, I don't remember what I was talking about, honestly. I think I was ranting about, time management. But, yeah. Another thing I want y'all to know is, like, you guys can have a really great magical altar. Women, you can charge your makeup too on your altar, like especially like if you're like if you have a money altar, you could put your makeup on there so that way your makeup can help bring in more money to you. So you could charge that makeup and then go to an interview and they give you the job, or you wear that makeup and people start to look at you differently and they want to give you a promotion or give you a change in your salary. Things like that. Men may want to take you on more dates, and so you could even charge it with the intention of beauty, so that way, or glamour, and you can really make people like see you differently. So these are another things that I just want you guys to know that you can do with magic and on your altars. Let's see. I have several books. I feel like, a lot of my information does come to me through meditation and prayer, but, there is a lot of times when I'm drawn to reading books, and it does help. Christians still work with the ancestors, Christians work with the ancestors. Christians are root workers. Christians are witches. Christians do conjure. That's just like Catholics still. There are a lot of Catholic people who practice Ifa. You know, they call it Santeria or Lakumi. You know, it's, you know, you can still have an Abrahamic based religion and still work with the ancestors. You said how so? What do you mean how so? And a lot of, okay, I'm gonna tell you this, like in a lot of our like ancient past, not even really ancient, but you know, in the past where our people were brought here or across the diaspora, when we were given our masters' religions and we were colonized and indoctrinated into the belief system of those who were enslaving us, we still kept our core values and beliefs. It just got transmuted. You know, the way that our ancestors were, they were very alchemical, they were very amazing at changing gold into water, lead into gold. So if you were forced to become a Catholic person, but you were a person who practiced Ifa before, then you're going to identify the saints with the Orisha. And that's where you get Santeria, that's where you get Lukumi. And the way that Christians are witches is like they're using nature to heal you. You know, they cast down the archangels, they bind the devil. Binding, okay? Binding is a very witchy term. You know, they speak life into things. That's magic. You get what I'm saying? So there are very many women who practice Christianity and are still witches. And you can be a witch because, first of all, the entire book of Psalms is a spell book. Okay, in the book of Numbers, they're talking about how there was people who used to do divination, who used to go to divination. And in the Old Testament, people did go to divination. There was necromancers that were revered and sought after in the Old Testament. It wasn't really until that there were other emperors who changed the belief system and really like saw divination as bad when people stopped doing that. But prophecy is of God. So anything that people have, you know, any belief system, if you're a Christian, you know, you really want to take a deep look into the Bible and see that the work that we do has always been done. Okay. Ancestor worship predates Christianity. So of course you're going to always see people are going to work with the ancestors. Okay. Spirits have always walked among us. That's, you know, so I just want people to have that understanding. So yes, you can work with your ancestors and still be a Christian. You can practice magic and still be a Christian. You know, some of the most powerful spells, period, come from the book of Psalms. So yes, to answer your question, there are several Christian witches. And truth be told, the Kojic denomination, Church of God in Christ, that was founded by a root doctor. Okay, so when they be out there catching the Holy Ghost and all this other shit, guess what they're doing? They're practicing magic. Okay. That was just something that, you know, and I want you to understand that Black Christianity is very different from white Christianity. The way that we practice Christianity is a lot more akin to how we used to practice spirituality back where we originally came from and how we used to practice it, which is why the way we get down, the way we praise, the way we work, the way we lay hands on people, you know, the way that we do things for people in that particular faith is going to be more in alignment with how we've traditionally practiced spirituality back in the motherland. Okay, just want you to know that. All right, because I get that people assume that anything that is dealing with African spirituality is not right. It's not of God. It's wrong, and it couldn't be further from the truth. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, back to the ancestor altar. Like I said, for those of you who have just joined me, this right here, this little piece right here, this was literally $5 and some change. You can worship your ancestors for $5 and some change. Get you some candles. You know, you can get you like a votive candle like this, or you can get you some tea light candles like this, and you can work with your ancestors. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing that you can do. I like to charge my cards before I do readings. I like to charge my spirit board before I do readings, and I read on top of my spirit board for added spiritual enhancement. I charge my money on my altar. You know, I have all my spells on my altar. Well, not all of them, because some of them are outside, some of them are buried. You know, some of them need to ferment somewhere. But the ones that I do want around me, that I want to continue to get that energy, I charge them on my altar. Same thing, you know, when I made the money spell for my clients, I charged their money oil on my altar for 21 days before I was able to ship it off. So, you know, that is just something that people, hey Sharia, that's something that people just have to take into consideration. I really want y'all to start using tarot cards to enhance your magic, though, because some of y'all, maybe you don't know, you know, maybe you're not really that great at reading cards yet, you know, and that happens. It does take time, because even me, I still learn every day. I've been reading for a few years now, but I still learn every day. And you know, using my cards have been amazing for me. I know that they're not the cheapest, but, you know, if you have a deck that you just can't connect to, like, for example, this deck, I could not get down with this shit, but this has been a really good deck for magic. Same with this shit, you know, this is what I use for my altar. There's another deck down here somewhere that I bought. This whole deck. You know, I don't want this to go to waste, so I will be using this for magic. But people have to understand that magic is really about your intention and the energy behind what it is that you're doing. So, you know, for example, when I made my honey jar for the client that needs this, oops, when I made this honey jar, right, there's a lot of things in here that I put with the specific intention for making things hot and steamy, because you want your love life to be hot, you want it to be steamy, you want it to be sweet, you want it to be slow and sensual, you know. So I put all those different things, because what does molasses do? It moves slow, right? So that's that long-term sweetness. But you want that sugar, because you want that instant taste on your tongue, you know. And then you want some instant coffee grounds, because you want to wake that shit up. You want to wake up that energy between those two people. You know, you want some chili flake, you want some cayenne, you want that pow pow, you know. You want that shit to be hot. And that's how you, when you're putting your magic together, you want to speak life into everything that you're doing. You know, you want to breathe over everything that you're touching, and you're activating it. You're talking to these herbs and spices, and asking them to lend their magical properties to what it is that you are making or creating, or you're petitioning to the universe to bring to you. And that for that honey jar, I made that jar 2 days ago. They're already moving in together. That's what you do. That's how you do it, because you put that energy in there, you put that love in there, you know, you put that desire for them to want to be together, and that's how you make your magic work, you know. But you have to respect the universe, you have to respect what it is that you're doing. And a lot of times, like, you have to just make sure that you're not just going by what you want to do. You still want to take time to really ask those who are higher up than you if that's something that you should do, could do, or everything like that. Because, you know, sometimes your ancestors may not help fuel that spell that you're trying to do. Maybe they don't agree with what you're trying to do. You know, that may backfire on your ass. I've had some of that happen. I've had to help fix clients' mistakes before. And, you know, I just encourage that you guys, before you start doing magic, you don't start with nothing crazy where you're interfering with other people. If anything, do something that can help yourself first, so you can get yourself more acquainted. Work with your ancestors. Then I say that the best thing to start with is maybe a money spell. You know, that way that it can help you. You can see that stuff start to happen in your life, and you do those until you start getting good at it. And then you start petitioning things for like open roads or other things that can help you first before you start interfering with other people. Because if you've never done magic before and you're trying to do a love spell, you're trying to get somebody to basically zombify themselves in order to be with you, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you can literally hurt yourself, because maybe they do get to be in love with you, but what if they're crazy? What if they start beating your ass and they won't leave you? What if they want to kill you because they saw you looking to somebody else or laughing at somebody else's joke too long? You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know, what if that love spell that you're trying to do on a dude that got a girl is going to mess up the whole life for somebody else? Some people don't understand what they're doing when they do magic, and they don't speak or write their petitions the right way. So they tend to do anything to get what they want, and then when they get what they want, they don't like the conditions that it came in. You know, sometimes y'all ask for money spells to come to you, and you don't say with harm to none. So now, in order for you to get that $600 that you asked for, somebody had to get hit by a car for you to get that money. Now you got $600, but you got a fucked up conscience because you hurt somebody or maybe killed somebody for you to get $600. You get what I'm saying? So people have to really be smart. People have to do a lot of work internally. They need to learn what they're talking about. They need to learn words. They need to learn etymology. They need to learn how to properly construct sentences. And they need to work on their spelling and their grammar, because every word has a meaning. Every energy, every way you say something, it means something. And if you're trying to be successful with your spell work, you have to master your mind. You have to master yourself, master your speech. And you want to be in control of the emotions that you feel when you are doing your spell. You know, I don't be in low vibration unless I'm doing a low vibrational spell. So if I'm trying to hurt somebody, fuck somebody up, hell yeah, I'm going to let my anger rule me when I'm doing that spell. But if I'm bringing love and light, I'm going to bring love and light into my energy, into that spell. And you guys have to also make sure that you're cleansing things. Florida water is a great cleanser. Sage is a good cleanser too, but I don't over sage. You know, you can cleanse with an incense. You know, you can have some water that you've charged under the moon, and you can and put some crystals in it, and you can cleanse things with that. You can cleanse things with Palo Santo. You know, there's lots of things that you could use to cleanse things. I've been using Florida water for most of my things, like cleaning things off. Like I clean my altar off with Florida water, and then I replace it with positive energy. And anytime you cleanse the energy of something, you want to replace it with something better. I think that's pretty much it. But I just wanted to show you guys those things because it is very important that my people who are followers of me, whether we're friends on Facebook or you literally are following me on Facebook or you're on my YouTube channel or whatever, that you have the ability to think critically when it comes to doing your magic, because you're not going to be able to be successful in this if you're not in control of yourself. You know, and you have to really be deliberate in what you say and what you think, and whatever you say it will be, that's what it will be. So if you have doubts, if you have insecurities, if you have, you know, wants, and you're saying I want this to happen, but you don't say it will happen, or this will happen for me, or when this happens for me. But if you say I want or I wish, if, these things create doubt. These things you will always wonder if. You will always want it to happen instead of it actually happen. So you say, I will do this. I am doing that. This is my life. And you speak life into the things that you're saying. So the things that you desire, you speak as if you've already had them coming to you, as if they're on their way, as if it's just a matter of minutes, moments, seconds, days, or whenever before it comes to you. That's what you really want to do. That's how you start to master your mind. See, the thing about the magician in the tarot card deck, and I will find it really quickly because it is important for this topic. Oh, where the hell is it at? The magician. Okay. This is the magician. This is actually a card that is ruled by Mercury. Okay. And if you're into astrology or any type of esoteric knowledge, you know that Mercury rules the mind. It rules communication. It rules thought. Okay. So the magician has an infinity sign over its mind. Okay. It's pointing up. Okay. And also down. So as above, so below. So what is in your mind, and how you speak is what your reality will be. As above, so below. So you have to be the magician. You want to work on the craft. You want to be doing magic. You want to do conjure. You want to be a witch. You want to be a sage. You want to be a person that's mystical. Then you have to control your mind. You have to control the way you speak, your tone, your cadence. Everything matters. The way that you write things, it matters. That's why when you write down your petitions, they're stronger and they're what you say they will be. So take your time when you're doing magic to really get yourself into that mode where you have gotten yourself in control of yourself and in control of your reality, because that's exactly what you're trying to use magic to do. And that's why they say intention, your mind, the way you think, what you want to happen is way more important than having the right things. You know, people can have strong intentions and their magic can be more strong and powerful than you, who has all the things that are required for a spell, but you don't know what the fuck you saying, thinking, or doing. That's the difference. So I wanted to say that before I got off, because you have to be the magician. You have to be the most powerful person. You have to be in control of your mind. And that is why alchemy, mental alchemy, is so strong, because you can look at a problem and you can fix it. You're turning lead problems into gold solutions. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, just wanted to show you guys that I'm tired of y'all giving me excuses. You could buy a damn altar for $5 at Walmart. And if you don't buy the altar for $5 at Walmart, then that is on you as to why you're not growing with your ancestors. All right? You could build an altar for your ancestors for less than $10. If you don't want to do that, then don't be in my inbox crying to me about why you can't understand why things ain't going the way you want them to go, when clearly you've had plenty of opportunities to do what you're supposed to do to make it happen. Okay? And I'm not saying that to blast anybody, but I am saying that because y'all need to take control of your spiritual journeys. Y'all need to be the ones that are making your spiritual journeys powerful by doing what you need to do that. So your ancestors will help you and guide you, teach you. But if you're not working with them, if you're not offering them water, how they gonna talk to you? If you're not feeding them, how they gonna have the energy to do what you're asking them to do? It's like, you got to think about that, you know? So I would suggest that you take some time. And if you want to learn more about ancestor veneration, book a reading with me. I will definitely share with you the information that your ancestors have for you. And, you know, I will help you to start your journey with working with them. I'm not going to tell you how to do everything, because you need to learn how to do things yourself. But I will help you to start if that's what you're interested in doing. Okay. that being said, I done showed y'all my damn part of my altar. I done showed y'all that you can make a beautiful altar for your ancestors for $5 damn. You can add you some herbs to it like I did, and consecrate it, and have different oils on there, and charge it, and put some water in those spaces where you have those cups, instead of just, you know, candles. You could put your money on there. You could charge your tarot cards. You could use tarot cards on your altar. You know, there's so many things that you could do. Like I said, I charge my spells on my altar because I need my ancestors and the spirits that I work with to enhance my spells, because I want my clients to feel this shit like this. I want y'all to be like, damn, she wasn't playing. You know what I'm saying? I want you to feel that. So I charge my spells on my altar. I charge my cards on my altar. That's why my readings are so powerful, because my ancestors coming through, the spirits I work with come through, because I've charged my cards with their energies, okay? So that's why when you come to me and I be snatching your edges with the readings, it's because my ancestor work is powerful. All right, that's what I do. And I spend all day working with my ancestors. So when you come to me, we ready for you. And that's what we do. And I just want everybody who is working with the ancestors, or who's interested in working with the ancestors, to start that journey, but do it right. Okay? Anyway, it was great talking to y'all. I love talking to you guys. It was fun. And thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.